You ever wake up one morning figuring it's just another day of pushing a broom through the dust devils of Amarillo, Texas, only to stumble into a hornet's nest that flips your whole damn world inside out? Yeah, that was me, Sarah Jenkins, back in the summer of 21, knee-deep in alley trash behind some dive bar, fishing out this beat-up sidearm that looked like it had seen more ghosts than a graveyard shift. I mean, who tosses a relic like that engraved with some cryptic eagle-wing cereal, heavy as regret in the garbage? Curiosity got the better of me. Or maybe it was that old itch I thought I'd buried 4 years deep. So I bagged it up, hopped in my city truck, and figured, hell, Joe's Armory's just a block over. Maybe the old blowhard behind the counter could tell me something without making me regret it. Joe's place was the kind of joint where the air hung thick with cordite and cheap cologne, racks of ARs gleaming like they were auditioning for a bad action flick, and a pack of good old boys nursing beers and bad attitudes like it was their birthright. I pushed through that creaky door, uniform stiff with grit, one glove half torn from wrestling a busted trash compactor, and the bell jingles like a warning shot. Heads turned slow, eyes narrowing. Joe Harlan himself, this barrel-chested ex-cop with a mustache that screamed nom flashbacks and unpaid alimony, leans over the counter squinting like I'd tracked mud on his mama's rug. "Lady," he drawls, voice all gravel and grease, "we ain't running a flea market. Dumpsters are out back for a reason." Laughter ripples out from the corner booth, where Buck and his crew tattooed roughnecks from the oil rigs, the type who think a woman's place is anywhere but holding a conversation, start hooting like hyenas. Buck, this bald buzzcut with a tap-out tee stretched tight over his beer gut, leans in with that smirk you want to slap right off. "Ah, Joe, maybe she's shopping for a pea shooter to match her push broom. What's in the bag, sweetheart, recyclables or regrets?" I don't flinch, just set the plastic sack on the scarred oak counter soft as a promise, feeling that familiar hum in my veins, the one I drowned in dawn patrols and double shifts sweeping these same streets to forget. "Found this in the alley," I say, voice steady as a heartbeat. Weird etchings on the slide, like some custom job gone wrong. Joe snorts, grabs it without asking, big mistake, and yanks it free, turning it over like it's yesterday's lotto ticket. Beretta 92 FS mod, suppressed barrel, looks like GI knockoff, he mutters, but his eyes flicker, that greedy glint shop owners get when they smell black market flip potential. Buck crowds in, breath like stale tacos, snatching it from Joe's paw. "Ooh, shiny trash for the trash queen. Bet you picked it 'cause it matched your gloves, huh?" More laughs, uglier now, circling tighter, and I catch Emma, the lone gal clerk, all sharp eyes and bitten nails from dodging Joe's advances, trying to slide between him. "Hey, let me check the log. Maybe it's," but Joe waves her off like a fly. "Shut it, Em. This ain't no lost and found for Skid Row scavengers." The room's closing in, that old tactical itch crawling up my spine, mapping exits, bottlenecks, improvised tools, and 2 blinks flat. But I keep it leashed, 'cause 4 years of fading into the wallpaper taught me silence cuts deeper than a shout sometimes. Joe's mustache twitches, ego bruised from me not crumbling, and he leans in close enough I smell the bourbon on his lunch. 10 seconds. "Jenkins or whatever your tags say, sto haul ass. Or I drag you out by that frumpy vest myself." Buck and 2 rig rats flank me now, grins turning mean, one muttering low, "Bet she squeals pretty." And the air thickens with that toxic mix of small-town machismo, and Joe's real secret, the backroom, deals slinging untraceable mods to the border crews who run meth routes past my sweep lines every dawn. They'd hated me for months, me cataloging their scraps in the bins, piecing together enough whispers to tip off the feds anonymously. But today it was personal, like I was the punchline to their fragile King of the Hill game. "One," Joe growls, fist bunching my collar, and something snaps, not rage, not quite, but that buried fire flickering alive, the part of me that once whispered Eclipse 9 in the dark of Zara province. My wrist twists fluid, a simple Aikido pivot honed in sweat and sandstorms, and Joe's yanking his own arm back like it's on fire, face purpling. "What the bitch? You just broke my damn grip." The room freezes, then erupts. Buck lunges from behind, sloppy haymaker whistling air, but I sidestep, use his momentum to elbow his gut, send him sprawling into his buddies who tangle like drunks at last call. For seconds flat, Three grown men wheezing on linoleum, and the old-timer in the corner, Gus, World War II relic with a limp and eyes like chipped flint, leans forward, murmuring, "That's no street moppin' move. That's the devil's own dance." Chaos coils tighter, phones out filming for the inevitable viral takedown. Joe's roaring for backup from the backroom stash, but then my burner buzzes Fort Worth command line, the one I kept buried under floorboards, and Emma's piping up pale as milk. "Joe, it's the base. They say that gun's pinned in a tracker, hot as hellfire." I snagged the Beretta back smooth, thumb tracing the eagle wing. Echo 22 Bravo. Belonged to Captain Ellis. Went dark in Zara 3 years back. Gasps Ripple. Gus half rising. "Ellis? The ghost run in blackout op? Thought the whole squad bought it in that ambush." And just like that, the wheels grind. Fate's cruel joke unfolding in a sweat-stink shop where I'd come for answers and found a mirror to the man I'd buried. But before Joe can spit venom, the door explodes inward, black tactical swarm, vests humming with plates. I'd spec myself back when in leading M is Colonel Reyes, his scan locking on me like a heat seeker. "Secure the asset." "Wait, Jenkins, that you holdin' Ellis's piece?" I meet his gaze cool, the weight of old ghosts settling heavy. "Was, Colonel. Now I sweep curbs for a livin', keepin' this town's filth from spillin' over." Joe's blustering now, hands up but mouth running. "She's a thief. Reyes brought hot iron into my legit, but Reyes cuts him cold." "Legit? We got eyes on your dumpster mods. Harlan, Fed's been itching for this collar since your first Go cereal sale." The team's fanning out, muzzles low but locked, and Gus is saluting quiet from his stool, whispering to no one. "Knew it. Girl's a shadow." Then the rotors thump low at first, building like thunder in your chest, and through the rattling glass storms General Harlan Brooks himself. Dust-caked fatigues, no hiding those 3 stars. Face carved from the same flint as Zara's cliffs. His sweep halts on me, breath catching sharp. Eclipse 9. "Sarah, God almighty, you're breathing." The shop goes tomb silent, Joe's jaw unhinging like a trapdoor, Buck scrambling crab-like on the floor. "Who the hell?" But Brooks drops to a knee right there amid the brass casings and beef jerky racks, voice cracking raw. "I'm sorry, Captain, for leaving you in that valley, for signing the Kia papers when we pulled out blind." It's the kneel that breaks him. Reyes snapping a salute, shadow lead, "Ma'am," and the TAC team mirroring crisp, weapons grounding like they're in church. Me? I just sigh, that hollow ache blooming where pride used to live, handing over the Beretta. "Found it in the trash. General, like I found half my soul out there." "Beacon woke the dead, huh?" He rises slow, eyes grave as a fresh-dug foxhole. "Worse. Echo teams pinned in Zara Valley, same rat maze that chewed up blackout. 12 kids, green as spring grass, walking into the trap we painted on the map wrong. Air's grounded, ground suicide. Except you know those waddy ghosts better in God himself." The room spins cinematic then, screens unfolding from TAC cases turning Joe's counter into a war room glow, satellite feeds flickering heat blobs of Echo hunkered in that cursed cleft where I'd dragged my squad's remnants under fire, losing Ramirez to a stray round that still echoes in my nightmares. I lean in, fingers ghosting the tablet, tracing forgotten goat trails through sheer cliffs. "Your infill's blocked at dawn shifts and M west through the Scorpion Pass instead. It'll cost sweat, but buy hours." Brooks nods, haunted. "Intel stale. Sarah, we know. That's why I'm begging full command if you take it. Birds, drones, whatever ghosts need." Joe's sputtering now, ego shattered like cheap glass. "This is bullshit's a goddamn janitor." I turn slow, letting the steel bleed through soft. "Yeah, Joe. I am on who emptied your bins every morning. Tallene-filed cereals and ghost conversions you hawk to those cartel pups who shoot up my streets after. Honest work, see? Cleaner than your lies." He blanches ghost white, Buck whimpering from the floor. We didn't know, ma'am." But I ignore him, pulling my old vest from Brooks' case, the one with shrapnel pocks from blackout, plates cracked but unyielding in the tattoo peaks, 8 names circling the shadow eagle, for crossed out forever. "Show me the full feed, General, all layers. If I'm divin' back in, we do it clean, or not at all." The Blackhawks whine drowns the shop as I strap in, Uniform shed like old skin for tack gear that fits like a bad memory. Eclipse 9 stirring awake in my bones muscle wickering paths I'd walked in blood and betrayal. Inside, it's all ghosts. The crew chief sliding me Ellis's sidearm, eyes wide as a kid's. Ma'am, they say you pulled 6 out solo that night. I clip it home, staring at the deck. Pulled 4. Lost the rest to a op that smelled rigged from jump. Don't myth me. Kid, just get me to the LZ quiet. The bird banks hard over Texas scrub fading to black, my HUD blooming real-time hell. Echo's signatures clustered tight, red enemy webs closing like veins. Brooks crackles, contacts spiking 40+, technicals inbound north. I breathe deep, that old calm settling cold. Copy. I'll paint the noise. Echo lead. This is Eclipse says a trep, start with bleeds. Captain Hale's voice filters strained but steady. 2 down hard, my gut wound critical, ammo at 20%. Thought you were myth. I chuckle low, bittersweet. Myths bleed too, Hale. Now listen 20 mics, blaze everything at Grid Whiskey. 4. Make it a fireworks show, then goes to the cleft at your 3. Trust the shadow. He hesitates, breath ragged. Roger. Godspeed, Eclipse. Touchdown's a dust-choked whisper 30 clicks out. Me spilling into starless dark like ink and water, legs eating miles on waddy runs that'd kill a platoon twists I'd memorized trading Ramirez's laughs for silence. Satellite ghosts me weaving dead space, patrols brushing past close enough to smell their fierce sweat, but I melt one by one. Scope whispering pops, commander down at 600, radio guy next, chaos blooming pretty as a lie. Echo flares on cue, muzzle symphony drawing the hive, and I shift perch, grenading smoke to blind their flanks even breaths, 7 echoes silenced, their shouts fracturing like bad code. Hale's panting, in the cleft bleeders fading fast. Hold dark. I murmur, crawling streambed shallows where scorpions nest, heart thumping the rhythm of old regrets. Wide blackout reek of setup. Brass selling routes for kickbacks, leaving us dangling? But no time. I breach the cleft, 12 shadows snapping to low ready. Hale's face cracking awe. You're real. I triage quick Hale's kid brother Ramirez lookalike, bleeding rivers thin rig diversions. 2 volunteers, plant these at Bravo points. Noise, not glory then haul ass back. They nod grim, slipping out, and when booms chain lightning east, we bolt south, me herding through needle threads and rock that'd shred lesser souls. Wounded slung tandem, breaths sinking to my ghost whispers. Left at the devil's thumb quiet now, patrols chattering. A skirmish flares flank 3 tangos stumbling close I drop, surgical, delta covering seamless, no quarter-assed. The extracts a gauntlet. 500 open kill box to Thrummond rotors, me ghosting ahead to stitch snipers silent. Then wave through litters bouncing desperate, RPG whooshes kissing tails as gunners hose fire back. We pile in hot, medics swarming the kid's gut, my hands slick red but steady transfusing oneg. Hang on, Ramirez light. World's too crooked for quitters. Liftoff's a roar of stolen breath, valley shrinking to scar below, Hale slumping beside me. Ma'am. How? I wipe crimson on tack pants, staring void. Same way I drag my shadows out cause leavin' ain't an option, even if it carves you hollow. Base lights bloom welcome. Echoes spilling grateful into cheers I ghost past. Brooks waiting debrief hot. Pentagon's buzzin' metal. Book deal. The works. No. I cut flat, shedding gear like chains. Deal was one dive. Then I'm dust again. Let Eclipse fade. Sarah's got curbs waitin'. He protests soft, but I walk. Uniform reclaimed from Emma's tear-streaked hands back at Joe Snow, a Fed-taped crime scene. Harlan cuffed in the corner. Buck's crew scattering like roaches as viral clips torch their reps. Oil rig thugs dogpile, war ghost karma's coming. Weeks blur back to broom rhythms. Amarillo's heat waving ironic over clean sweeps. But the itch lingers. Riley's note in my bin, scrawled urgent. Blackout was bait, Sarah. Brass peddlin' routes to proxies. Us the loose ends. Their huntin' survivors now stay visible, draw eyes off me. Surveillance shadows me after, tax suits and plain vans. Protective net I pretend blinds me while Riley carves justice quiet. Exec suicides. Contractor crashes, the rodic sized slow. I keep sweeping, donating Harlan's blood guilt wad to Vet Sheds Anonymous. Watching his husk janitor now on my routes, him mumbling sorries, I wave off. Actions echo louder in words. Joe, sweep your own mess. Emma, she quits med schools into ER heroics, dropping by once. You showed me service ain't suits or starsets showing up, even when they laugh. Troybuck volunteers clean up crews now, shame forged, and Echo thrives. Hail majoring ops with my waddy lessons etched core. Shadows save. Don't waste 'em. But peace? It's fragile as dawn fog. Last week, another slip in my Locker Riley's final. Rots burned, ghosts rest. Thanks for the decoy dance. Teams vanish overnight, leaving me truly solo. But as I broom sunset streets, that valley echo whispers. Was justice blind luck or just another layer of the game? Did I save M for honor? Or cause leaving more ghosts break me final? Hell if I know, maybe that's the rub. How we all sweep our wars quiet, wondering if the clean ever sticks. What about you, though? Ever cornered someone you figured weak, only to eat crow whole? Or watched justice twist till it don't look right no more? Harlan's fall fair. Or just small town score settling? Drop your take below. Share that time karma bit back or left you Chaywin doubts. Let's unpack this mess together. Your stories fuel the real fire. Hit like if it hit home. Sub for more raw reckonings. And yeah, keep sweeping your own streets clean.